to your earlier point about using like the disc, I'm a huge believer in it, and I would say that it was life changing for my business to start using a behavioral assessment program. I love Predictive Index. I love Culture Index. I think DISC is great. I tell franchisors all the time, I don't care which you use. It really doesn't matter to me. Use something, because at least it'll give you it'll give you a roadmap on what we can expect from people. And it hasn't yet, at least in my years of using a car, it didn't necessarily determine whether somebody was going to be successful, but it definitely gave me a heads up if they were not a right fit. And that to me is like, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I like about the DISC too is, or any of those tests, is it gives you the truth of a person's makeup. Because what I was doing is I had my franchise application and I would ask them, hey, are you coachable? And then I realized in hindsight, a couple of years later, I'm like, well, who's going to say no?
Say they're not.
Right? Like, yeah,
exactly.
do you have grit?
Right.
Grit, so I'm asking them questions that I want them to answer yes.
Right.
And they want to answer yes too, because they want to be that person, but they might not be. Where if you put them in a behavioral analysis test, the results aren't going to lie. It's the results are going to be there, and it's going to be the truth of who this person is at their core.
Yeah. A friend of mine always said, a resume will tell you what somebody did. A behavioral assessment will tell you what they're going to do.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And at the end of the day, we want to know if they are going to be a right fit.